Let me give you a guided tour. Let us learn some more. Welcome back to my channel, I'm the Amastorian. And this episode is gonna be on the Visby city wall. And where is that? Well, in the middle of the Baltic Sea there is an island, and on that island there is the only town of Visby. And this is a World Heritage Site, and I feel that this city wall is more of a fair comparison to what a true city wall back in the Middle Ages, for the simple reason that it's a very simple city wall. There have been other city walls that have been compared, well, that have been explained as a true city wall, as the city of Carcassonne in southern France. I feel that this city is not a fair comparison to a normal city wall in the Middle Ages. Visby city wall is a better explanation of what a true city wall was in those days. Why? Because Carcassonne is not a true city. It is a military fortress and a city rolled into one. It fills two primary functions, both as a city and a military fortress slash castle in one. It has two concentric city walls, which is very unusual. And a normal city wall did not have that. It was just one wall, not several. Why? Because people just didn't want to spend that much money on it. They wanted something that was fairly cheap and easy to use. So let's get to this. Visby city wall is about 11 meters high and originally had 29 ground towers and 22 saddle towers. It's about 3.4 kilometers long. The wall has been built in different sections and in different years. The oldest part of the wall is facing the sea and was probably built around the year 1250. But the oldest part of the tower is the gunpowder tower. It was built in the 12th century. During the Gothlandic Civil War, 1288, the wall was very simple, about 5 to 6 meters high, and very few towers, if any. Many of the towers that was built between the Gothlandic Civil War and the Valdemarsdag's invasion and the Battle of Visby 1361, meaning that the wall was much stronger during the Battle of Visby 1361. But the tower, or rather the walls and the towers themselves, was not the only part of the defense of the city. The parts outside, meaning the moats, was essential to the defense of the towers, or rather the walls. And of course the gates, of which there are many. The moats on the south side, in the moats of the south side, there is a football field. And this football field is actually situated inside the moat. And it's quite deep even now. With the landfill that has been through the ages, it's still very deep and very steep. So let's see what it looks like for real when someone tries to run from one side to the other. And let's see how this goes then. We're off, and I managed to follow my ass. This metal post down there, that's the goal for the football field. Yeah, that you see it from the side. You can barely see me there. Sorry for the bumpy camera. And that's the tower of the wall. Yeah, that's 11 meters high. That thing. It's very high. Now, these moats would not have been empty. So what would they have been filled with? Well, first off, at the edge of the moat, there would probably have been a wooden palisade, a sort of wooden wall, as an extra type of wall. And inside and outside of the moat, there would have been sharpened stakes, similar to punchy sticks that was used during the Vietnam War by the Viet Cong. They made great use of them. But these sharpened stakes have been so common throughout history, all the way back from the early Stone Age to now, to the modern day. A sharpened stake is so common in warfare, and originally in hunting. Why? Because you can simply sit back, arm the trap and sit back and wait. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to engage the enemy. The enemy engages himself when he walks where you want him to walk, through the moat. Another type of obstacle that would have been used would be a caltrop. What is a caltrop? Well, a caltrop is a type of obstacle that was first invented by the Romans. The caltrop is made of a couple of spikes that no matter how you throw it, it's gonna land with one spike up. It's not very big. It's about maybe 10 centimeters all in all. But these things can be made in high numbers, and you simply dump them wherever you think the enemy is gonna go. And they will injure the enemy's feet. Another variation of the caltrop is this sort of lightning-shaped spike. The one end of this would have been pounded into a wooden stake, and the shape of it makes it possible to pound it in like a nail. And the other end, the stake would then be pounded into the ground. So only the actual point of this fish hooky thing would protrude from the ground, and a lot of these would be placed inside the moat. So what happens? Well, when a soldier comes and puts his foot on this, it enters the foot and basically rips through the soft tissues, tendons and so on, and maybe even hooks onto the bones in the feet. It is a very nasty little thing. But let's see what happens in the other moat. And we're off. Now remember, stakes, palisade, stakes, and caltrops, and I'm down. Up again and down again. Just dead on all those punchy stakes, or stakes rather. And remember, another palisade to go by, and then you're up at the wall. So, damn, those things must have been really nasty to get by. But that will be it for now, I think. Please, as always, leave me your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and just give me your thoughts. And that will be it for now. Bye bye. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe.